Previously on Raiders of the Serpent Seas. After dealing with the problems of the underworld, the party unlocked Hell, also known as Sadi, and her ability to allow for fast travel via the Hellmoors of the underworld. With a magical rooster coin in hand, they can now communicate with her and navigate vast distances with ease. Once returned from the underworld, they headed to the far north, where their journey took a dire turn as they arrived at the town of Far Landing, under siege by towering giants and a monstrous serpent. In a fierce battle, they employed their wits and abilities to outmaneuver and outlast their formidable foes. Caesar's cunning spells, Loki's mind-bending assaults, and Frida's divine fury turned the tide in their favour. Meanwhile, Baldur proved his mettle, facing the giants head-on with unyielding determination. The conflict reached a critical moment as the Serpent laid waste to their ranks, striking down Blythe. But their sheer will and timely interventions of their crew, they managed to revive him and continue the fight. Battle became a chaotic dance of steel, spells and strategy, with the party leveraging every advantage they had, including their crew actions. As the dust settled, they stood victorious, but not unscathed. The retreating giants marked their triumph, yet the true horror awaited them beyond the battlefield, a grim message spelled out in the bodies of the fallen, declaring, "Chosen or damned." At the center of this macabre scene, a post adorned with familiar ginger hair, leaving a chilling implication. Herolf, their ally, might be in grave danger. What dark forces conspire against him? Will they uncover the fate of their friend Herolf? And what sinister plans are hinted at by the gruesome message? The answers lie ahead for the Raiders of the Serpent Sea as they press on deeper into the frozen north. Alright, so we are back, everyone. So we are on the outskirts of this town village of tall folk here, and moments ago you finally finished off the last of the of your enemies, and some of you are very, very, very tired, very well worn out. There are tall folk on the ramparts above. There is this field of bodies off to one side, spelling out some sort of a message. But in these moments, after all of that, the three of you that are here in the moment, obviously with colleagues that aren't, what would you be up to in the moments? Blythe, I think you're the worst looking of the bunch, if that makes sense.
I'm down. I'm unconscious, am I? I know I've been revived, but
I laid on you. I think you have literally just been.
You laid on me.
Laid with hands.
You've got a little bit back, enough that you've come round. The body of the sea serpent is nearby. You are alive. You have not been eaten by a water dragon at this point, so you're still doing all right.
I was here already.
And
okay. I'm very not well.
I'm sorry. I thought Rita got handsy with you, so I thought you were fine. But
did she laid on me, and I feel better now. But I was. That's the closest I think I've been to death.
We've all been there. It's fine.
Do I have a potion somewhere?
I think you were 2 death saves, and I think I was 1 HP away from dying instantly before. I think that's the closest we've been.
That it was.
Let's maybe try
level,
to get.
Yes.
Let's maybe try to get inside the walls. Maybe we're a little bit safer there.
You can definitely start dragging yourselves up towards the walls as this is all sort of going on. You can see figures at the top of the walls are sort of staring down a little bit, and there is a sort of a large, I would say, lift contraption that as you guys do start to approach, you can hear the rumbling of gears as things are starting to sort of ravel down as it seems like a lift is approaching. Many things sort of happen in the same sort of moments. As that's happening in front of you, behind you there is a horrible whining sort of sound and a sort of rumble of the ground, and horribly, something familiar does start to actually appear behind you guys. A large mooring door begins to appear and sort of pull itself out of the ground. An impossible task in the moments. Yeah, you've seen this before. This is one of the Hellmoors that's been created in the past. But yeah, you've never seen one actually as it's being grown and appearing in the moments. But yeah, it seems to be smaller than the ones you've seen before, but definitely of a similar thing. And it's at that sort of point that Rowder, you sort of start to make your way through the gate that had been supplied for you to get you off the island. As Rowder sort of steps out. How's she doing in those moments, Drew? She how's she feeling?
She feels like she has made progress. She'll turn around to the gate and just wave through it and say thanks for the lift. And then make her way towards the rest of the party. You will notice that she is carrying a rather large, very beautiful new axe, and she is also wearing a skull across her face, and her hair is just like kind of brushed over it.
So she's wearing it like a mask almost,
yes,
like an upper mask. Oh, okay.
What? Yeah.
Why?
Typical Router, always late to a fight. We just beat everyone here. Like, couldn't get it.
I mean, we beat everyone here. But this is a harbor, right? Isn't there an entire city in front of us as well?
There is, but you are on the bodies of a ice battlefield, I think would be the best way of doing it, so talking about it. So from your point of view, Rowder, there are hill giant bodies are surrounding the area, the giant sort of fortress town in front for the tall folk, and and some of your colleagues looking a little worse for wear would be the best way of putting it. Like they've had a hell of a day. Yes.
Oh, could have saved some for me. But I guess we haven't got through the front door yet, have we?
Yeah.
Well, no, but they were under siege by these things, I think. Well, enemy of my enemy is my friend, sort of thing.
We don't have any friends, though, do we? This is the thing.
You've been running up against it, definitely.
We at least killed their enemies. They should at least be willing to hear us out, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Sisa?
Yes, they should be more capable of listening to what we have to say on that front.
Conrad responded, yes. I think that's enough. I think Susu would just said yes.
Fair enough. At the sight of the sort of Hellmoor, the lift stopped coming down. It got to about halfway, and then whoever's at the top has obviously halted whatever was going on. It's a good 40, 50 feet high, I think, the wall, but yeah, it wouldn't be impossible to yell to them or yell at them if that is of most import. Obviously, the other side of that is that there's still this message in the snow that is still standing out there off to one side that you guys haven't paid any attention to yet. Either option, either course is good in the moment.
I'm just eating. Baldo, be the charisma person for a second.
Be the person.
You're gonna have to parlay with these people, Baldo.
Okay. I can do that. I mean, I am the most charismatic person here, by far.
I think so. Yes, by far.
I forgot I was a captain. I order you to do it. Sorry.
So there's this lift, right?
It is. It's about halfway up, so about 25 feet up in the air right now. It was lowering, and then a giant bloody Hellmore appeared outside their town, and they've stopped in its tracks in the moment.
Okay, can I just yell up, saying, "Hello, friends. Can you let us up, please? I'm pretty sure there might be more of these things coming. Would be good if we could get to safety." I mean, we did.
Router will immediately pull the axe, and you just see a smile on her face.
As you're sort of,
You don't need to smile so audibly, Router. It's not necessary.
a sort of half giant man at the top of this tower, of this sort of barricade piece here, sort of looks over and sees you all and says, "We saw what you did down there. We're grateful. But I'm not gonna
Very
lie,
good.
I'm a little bit freaked out by what I just saw."
Oh, don't mind that. That's just our good friend Hell sending some reinforcements.
If you could see the wide eyes in the moment as he's looking down.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Baldur Serpent Thrower. I'm one of the chosen ones. These are my underlings. Would we be allowed to enter your fine city so we can help protect it from even more dangers?
He sort of looks down, and there's silence for a few moments, and then something gets lobbed off of that wall, and it comes hurtling towards you, Baldur. Do you dodge it, or do you try to grab it in the moment? It's about the size of a football.
Wait, I have the intercept missiles or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
The deflect missiles. Let's do that.
Okay. Yeah. So this thing is hurtling towards you, about the size of a football. As it gets closer, you can definitely deflect it in the moment, or you can do what you want.
Well, I'm gonna try to catch it. I'm not sure how much damage it would do.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, easily done. You're perfectly capable of catching what's coming. And as you do, it's a leather skin, a water skin, and he says, "Make sure you all drink from it, then I can let you in."
What is it exactly?
Water from the lake. What else?
That's interesting.
Insight check.
Don't even need
You can definitely insight check it.
I'm just gonna detect poison.
Okay,
Oh,
you can
disease.
definitely detect poison. There's no problem with that one.
I'd like Baldur to insight check too, because it was really low. He just stopped drinking it. Ah, bugger.
No problem. It is not a poison or anything as far as you can detect, Frida. It seems absolutely fine on that front. You think Baldur is telling you the truth in the moment, and I need everyone to make a history check for me in the moment as well.
Yeah. What did you say, James?
Sorry, I need you all to make a history check if you can in the moments as well. Sorry, Apollo.
History.
Yes.
I'm not good at history. I'm better at insight.
I don't think any
okay.
of us are.
I'm trained in history. Yeah. 20.
Imagine.
No, I got 21.
That's okay.
You
That's
said
okay.
20.
Yeah, Baldur, you
I
have
did
no
say-
clue
I
what
got a
that's
plus
about.
5.
Baldur, you have no idea in the moment, but Blythe
just
and
drink.
Frida, you drink anyway on that one. You actually know that this is to do with a story that goes back a long time in the Vanir. Well, the Vanir were here originally. They're some of the early settlers of the world. Also, some of the ones that eventually became the gods. They traveled around, and one of the things that they did was actually, as a bond of friendship and trust, one of them did drink from the lake and one didn't, and the one that didn't drink from it paid the price. So it's kind of it's a local custom, and it's usually a sign that you are bonded to the bonded in friendship, if that makes sense. So it's a custom thing that's going on that would be advantageous from what you remember. You don't remember the whole story, but enough that makes sense.
I'm assuming I must have been here before, right? As
possibly
part of the vault.
Possibly on your travels. It's not impossible on that one. You would have certainly been able to get around. The Risa are not one of the bigger clans, but yes, you would have. You certainly would have been. It's certainly possible you have traveled this far up. Yeah. And enough to know. Enough. Yeah.
Baldo, just drink it. It's part of an old tale.
I already did. Do the rest of you want this up?
Oh, Baldo, your survival instincts are impeccable. Yes, I'll drink some.
I am still here, aren't I? And I did the right thing, so I would say they are.
Yes, I drink as well.
Okay. I'm assuming everybody slowly does over time?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
I'll even give some to Iron just in case.
Fair enough. Yeah, not a bad shout. No worries. So yes, as this person sees the last of you drink from this flask, basically the lift begins to make its way down once more, allowing it comes to a thundering halt as it crashes to the last part on the ground, and you guys are allowed to all climb aboard, and slowly but surely you get wheeled up. And yes, you eventually, after a few more moments, you are face to face with this guy, and he's basically there, and he says, greetings. Thank you for your help there. That was most appreciated. We've been fighting them for days.
Oh, it's just another Tuesday or whatever the equivalent would be in this world for us. So don't worry about it. I mean, we are the chosen ones.
So you're all the ones that were with Herolf, then?
Yes. Where is that old son of a bitch?
And he sort of lowers his head a little bit and sort of looks on for a moment, and he says, he was captured a day and a half ago, 2 days. Time's been running hard here for the last few days, but they pressed an assault. Some group of strange figures with red robes, and a guy with a giant beast of a creature he was riding, and a mantle of armor. They pressed an assault and they captured him. Last we saw, he was being dragged off.
The description of, the red-robed lady that we know, right? But the description of the other thing, does that sound in any way like someone we might know very well?
I would think your initial and instant thought would be your brother has been here in the last couple of days.
Yeah, I assume so.
Did the big beast look like her? And I'm pointing at Irwin.
Yes, but when they're injured, they bleed dark slime, blackens the night. They're similar to this beast, but larger and stranger.
Blade, does Arwen bleed black slime? Can we test this in some way?
No.
No, you
don't need to test.
Yeah, you don't have to test that one. But what you do know from past, you have seen witches that were part way through the transformation into what they're describing. This is where you were attacking those husks many moons ago, where basically the witches were able to go into a husk form, and then they turn into these creatures, these new beings after a period of time. You've killed some that are half formed. You've killed a couple that when they have actually been fully fully transformed, but yeah, it's a different form of what the witches are. But he says, the last we saw, he wasn't dead. But, yeah, they stopped pressing their attack, and then whatever these strange red-robed figures were, they left. And we've just been fighting hill giants for days. And the beasts in the lake.
Where did they take him to, do you know? Or what direction did they head off?
Well, we're heading east. Well, we think east and north. We have an outpost tower, not too many hours out. It's a large vantage point. The fires have been burning for decades. Those fires have been out for the last 3 days. We assume they've headed that way. And then if they've gone further than that, they may have ended up in ice giant territory.
Yes, one of my most prized companions apparently saw them leave. With her great skills. We will go after them after we have had a little bit of respite, after some of my weaker compatriots have healed up once again.
You are, well, more than welcome here.
Oh, of course. We will make use of that hospitality. Do you have any meat by any chance?
We certainly do. What's left? There's a few hundred of us still here within the walls. Jordis, she runs the tavern. She will be your best bet. She would be able to help you with some shelter. And I imagine most of us will be making our way there. We've been fighting for days. Maybe it is time for mead. Come, let's go down from the walls and...
I like the way you talk, good sir. Let's go drink together.
And he sort of nods.
James.
Yes.
Can you remind me what happened to the Risa clan leader? Did something happen to her?
She left the Drift Hall. They were going on a expedition, I believe, higher north, and they were going to go and have another look for the giants as well. So they are, yeah. There's been no reports of anything further than that right now. Yeah, you don't know how that mission went, if that makes sense. At that point, but they are, yeah. It is a thing that you are aware of on this front. And Frida, I think with your level of politics, sort of and knowledge, you would realize that this is the husband of the Jarl. So yes, this would actually be her husband that you're dealing with now. So yes, you guys make your way down into the local tavern. You're able to take some of the mead. You'll be able to at least get a short rest in as a start point. But yeah, looking like you'll be able to get a long rest. There is much going on in town as these people have been under siege for many days now. You can see that there are people that are half-packed, looking like they are ready to risk the snows and make their way outside of the city. Others look like they've probably had the last of their days and are literally being tended to by clerics of the tall folk clerics that seem to be wandering around. There is a sort of look of that this is a reprieve rather than this is they've won for good, if that makes sense. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of sort of looks of desperation around as this is all going on. But yeah, you guys are able to make your way to the tavern. There is a tall folk woman there, and she obviously serves mead to you all as you need, etc. and you do start to pick up on bits and bobs of conversation that are going on within the tavern as people come and go over the next bit. There becomes two schools of thought as to what is going on around here, and you get the understanding that about half the people are thinking of abandoning the town and trying to make their way out of here and off probably back down the river toward the way you guys originally came into the space, if that makes sense. And the others are of the mind to stay in and fight it out. And you think it's running on a veritable balance. With the Jarl missing, it seems to be coming down to the tavern owner. For some reason, she's very vocal and is very, very adamant that they maintain the town. And Calgan is more of save what's left of the clan, get them to move. The town they can always rebuild, the people they cannot. So you can definitely see that it's coming down to two schools of thought as that's all going on. A bit of time passes, and you guys can obviously decide how you go. Yeah.
As I am drinking with him, can I at one point, like when I hear like his point of view, can I like interject like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were a raider," and not like, a cat that runs away from a fight between its tail.
he sort of gets a little bit irate at that in the moments on that front.
I do make sure that people around us hear this too.
That one. I never run from a fight, but I know my wife. She would want as many of the clan saved. We're not all warriors. But I would be willing to stay to the end if need be. Don't ever doubt my resolve. But it's not just me here, is it? There are women, there are children. My wife would be angry with me if I did not at least think of their safety. And yeah, he is definitely he's upset.
Trust me, I do know what it feels to have a woman be mad at me. And I will give a side glance to Zisa. However,
I am not mad. I'm just mostly disappointed.
However, if these attacks keep coming, don't you think they have a better shot in a city with defensible walls than out there in the wilderness? Especially if they cannot defend themselves.
Make a persuasion check. See how that will go.
Sorry, I know I'm doing a lot of talking
That's
here.
not a problem. Not
It's
a
supposed
problem.
to be. You're the face now.
The face
Sorry.
right now. Oh damn. Okay. With the mead and a bit of time, he does come round to your way of thinking of it, Baldur, in that maybe it's just too big a risk to try and move the people. Maybe here is the better shot, regardless of how often and how much the siege would continue. But he says, if we are going to maintain this place, then would you, as the chosen, do more? Find out what is going on. Chase these people to the north.
We will most definitely do this and try to alleviate some of the pressure from this fine city.
I guarantee you that now that the Witch King knows that we're here, there probably will not be many giants coming here. They will be standing in our way.
So you could be a strike force, force that can move the markers as you already have done, then this is a good thing. If you are willing to do all of this, you will have the thanks of the Risa forever. Soon we shall all drink mead from the curved horns of Thornir's table. But maybe that day will not be so soon.
Well, one of us won't be. Sorry, Rowder.
He just taps the skull that she's wearing. Soon.
May it last another lifetime. And when you do, make sure to mention, Baldur, Serpent Thrower, the Wanderer, the Fist of Lutan, any of the monikers I go by. Just make sure that, he knows my name.
Legends will live on. But if you can relight the fires of the tower when you do go out that way, we will then know that you are making progress, no?
We will make sure to do so. What fires are we talking about?
The tower to the east that used to burn the fires until 3 days ago. If they are relit, we know you are making progress. And I would...
Underlings, remember this for me, will you? Because I will most definitely forget.
It's like an advanced tower where we keep watch out for things from there. I will fill you in on a few things I do know. We've been attacked many, many times by hill giants. But their cousins, the blue-skinned ones, we have shared a border with for a long time. None of those have come. They are not many days past that tower. The fact that they have not attacked and have been amicable in the past, they may prove useful, if not already swayed.
Remind me, we've already killed one of these, right?
You absolutely have killed a blue-skinned hill giant before in the past. Yes, absolutely. So what he's saying
Do
is
you have
odd,
regular
but doesn't...
contacts?
Go ahead.
Do you have regular contacts with these neighbors of yours?
There
Also-
have been skirmishes at times, but mostly in the last few years has been amicable. There was one that came to visit of smaller stature for them. He spoke of their group and seemed to be trying to figure out if, yes, we could live peacefully. It's worked for the last few years. I do
So
not
the
know
one
what
you
is
had-
going on there, but they may be worth looking into.
So the one you had contact with was of smaller stature, blue skin,
Yes.
white hat, white pants, by any chance?
No, I don't know that. But
Sorry. Back where I came from, we had this legend of blue-skinned small man called the Smurfs, and I was just wondering whether he was one of those. But it's
yeah, he's not
I think that's
following.
trademarked, Baldur.
sorry, stupid jokes. I'm very sorry. I cannot help myself. Once
I remember
these
the
things
scrolls of
enter
the
my brain.
Smurfs, but it's been a long time since my childhood. So he's basically fills you in a little bit on that as the evening passes. Is there anything anyone wants to get up to? I'm assuming you are having a long rest within the city walls for the night, if that makes sense. Unless there's anything else anyone needs to get up to before dawn of the next day, where you could probably get going in the next section. no, yeah, if nothing, then yeah, by all means, you can all take a long rest, and we will move things
I'm
forward.
I'm alright.
Long or short rest? What are
You'll
you
be able to
doing?
do a long rest now. So yeah, because you're definitely.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, you can definitely take a long rest if you're staying here for the night.
I need to roll a
is not a
d20.
problem. Oh yes, does anything happen? Middle of the
No.
road, he's fine.
How do we do long rest? Short. Hang on.
Yeah, there should be the bed symbol or something.
There you go.
Okay. The next morning comes easily enough. You are rested on that front. The people of the town seem to be re-preparing the barricades, preparing to be under siege again, but are rebuilding what they can of the experts of the walls, etc., and starting to get things back in order. Light snow has sort of drifted down overnight. As you sort of look from the rampart walls, you can still see bodies laying out on the field, but now covered in a light snow, if that makes sense. Still one post grave marker sitting out there on the horizon. You guys make your way out of the town, or is there anything else you need in there?
Sorry, I'm just picking spells.
Morning choices. Yes, fair enough.
I forgot what every spell does.
Oh yeah, we've had a
Each
bit of a
one.
break, so yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Do they have anything special for sale here, or is it just?
It's they're a town under siege. But if there is something that you're specifically looking for, you're not going to find magic items, but you might if there's any trade goods you're after, or standard sort of weapons and armory. Yes, you would be able to pick up any of that. So what would you be looking? Is there anything particular?
Like magic items with adequate potions?
Potions
is
would
that
be
a
in
separate
real
class?
short supply. Magic items, not so much. Yeah. You'd be very hard pressed to be getting anything of that kind in a city or a town under siege on that one. But if you needed armory type things and anything like that, you would be certainly would be plausible.
Maybe like a helmet for my friend here. I assume the skull will not do much to dull a hit to the face.
Does Rowder want to have the skull made into something, or is it just fine as it is as a mask?
I want to ask Brad about this skull. Like, I don't know what's going on with it. Have no one asked her, and everybody's just accepted the fact she's wearing a skull on her
So
face.
far, yes. You've been silent.
I mean,
I get lost, but I was busy talking to the other guy.
You all know that I went to retrieve the skull of my nemesis from the underworld.
Yeah, but on your face? I mean, what?
Saves carrying it. And bag's
I
full.
guess.
And it looks badass.
That looks badass. There's a new axe that's looking very badass as well. Yeah, she's definitely doing well on that one. However, there is one thing that does happen in the night rounder that was unexpected to you when you did actually get to rest. You heard a voice in your head that night, and you are filled with dread when you realize it's the vile tongued voice of that woman is now seems to be able to talk to you in your head.
Oh, that's irritating.
And she still can't get your name right as she's been
really
chatting.
Irritating.
But she has been and until you got really testy with her, she wouldn't shut up for a while. But she has gone quiet. But yeah, she's definitely in there, and she's definitely annoying.
she seemed really nice. I don't know why you're getting so annoyed.
Did it even sound like she knew that this was happening? She was just having a conversation with someone else, and I could just hear it.
It could be. It might not. Yeah, maybe it's not even directed at you most of the time. But yeah, you probably haven't tried to interact with her that much. But yeah, she has been chattering away once in a while.
So frustrating. Oh.
But I think you probably ignored her enough that she went quiet after a while. But you don't know how long that will last for you, if that makes sense.
She looks very unrested when she wakes up in the morning.
Fair enough. So fair enough. Anything else? And anyone else up to anything, or would you slowly be making your way out of the town?
Yeah, nothing specific.
Okay,
I think we just want to go to save her off.
Okay, no problem. You guys make your way down. You slowly walk off towards this sort of marker point that has been sort of left. The body's now covered, so you can't see the message so easily now of chosen or damned. But yeah, up ahead is this post. There is a piece of ginger hair that is wrapped around the top of this post, if that makes sense. There's bodies strewn around. There are also like vines and druidic vines sort of climbing up and surrounding the outside of this post as you're not quite up to it yet, but you can see this up ahead, if that makes sense. But yeah, does anyone sort of step forward towards this thing, or you've still got a little bit of distance?
Zisa, burn it, or Blythe, burn it with something light.
Can we see from here, like, what? Can you make sort of like hang on, or some perception?
Could I do this if we're in range?
Okay. Yeah, you aren't picking up anything unnormal. That one. There are dead bodies around or anything, but it's not particularly consecrated or desecrated ground in that moment. It doesn't seem like there's a trap in that respect going on from that point of view. Yeah, there are some symbols sort of etched into that sort of marker, but other than that, you can't tell much from the distance you guys are currently. Anyone
suggest still burning it? It is.
I mean, if the captain says to go.
Well, we only at this point we only have met one druid, right? And that was Hodor.
Yes, yeah.
I've inadvertently started a game and I don't know how to turn it off, and it's really loud. Hang on.
We'll give you a moment on that one. Baldur, yes, something possibly left by your brother here, but yeah, what do you guys do in the moments here?
I think I'm gonna step up to it and I'm just gonna take the lock of red hair of the thing.
Okay, so as you sort of step up to the log, as everyone else is discussing what to do, you suddenly see for a moment a sort of spectral image of your brother, basically as the new form, the large armor, the face, clearly a vision rather than anything else.
I'm gonna throw a rock at it.
As it passes through in the moment, as if nothing happened, but you hear after a few moments,
the so-called chosen. In the land where frozen shadows reign, a choice awaits you. Rolf is but the first to taste my wrath. He will not be the last. His life hangs by a thread, and your next steps will decide his fate. Chosen or damned, a message written in blood, a prophecy left for those that defy the inevitable. You have been marked by the Volve, chosen to delay the end of all things. Know this, even chosen can fall, even the favored can be broken. Baldur, My brother, if you're listening to this, the favored son, you turned your back on our family's honor when you failed to control your strength and fled from your guilt. But here in the north, I have found power beyond honor, beyond blood. I am no longer the second. I am the first, the true master of all. So come, brother, follow me north. Bring the so-called heroes with you, the ones that think they can stop Ragnarok. Come, and I will show you what it truly means to be damned. Or you can do what you always do. Run, hide, like the coward you have always been.
As the image sort of and sort of flutters off in the moment.
I'm so gonna kill him. I'm so gonna kill him.
The deep seed of rage is in there somewhere, and but as the silence sort
Actually,
of
yeah, I will rage at this point.
Yeah, lock of red hair in hand as he sort of yelling to the air. But it's only met with silence in the moments.
Hello, comrade.
Hi.
Hello, Conrad. You're right. You've been catching any of that, or did you?
I've caught none of it since I said that I was driving home, which
No
I think
problem.
was just when we were meeting the people on the wall and we were talking about how Harolf was spirited away. So I don't know what I missed between then and now.
That's okay. No problem. So basically, just to bring you quickly up to speed then, so they have gone down to where this message was laid out, that said chosen or damned from last time, made out of the bodies that you spotted in the distance. They have found this sort of grave marker that has been posted with the lock of Harolf's hair that's sort of been tied around it. And then they've just had a message from the Witch King, from Hodor, basically saying you're basically, you're the chosen are damned. You can follow me north, or you can run and hide as you always did, sort of talking to Baldur, if that makes sense, trying to rage, to anger him up. But moments ago, Baldur has just literally just gone into a rage and is yelling at the elements in the moment. You can even see the clouds above just raging with him in the moments as this is all going on. And then quiet sort of takes things moments later as silence is as nothing sort of comes back to Baldur in the moments as he's just seeing red.
Baldur, calm down. We all want to kill him.
I will turn his skull into a mask. Sorry if that intrudes on your trademark, Router, but I will.
Oh, this is temporary.
Yes, he calms down in the moments, yeah.
I just want my tooth back, to be honest, but
Yeah, each of you are missing a tooth from him. Yeah, he definitely took a collection of those. Yeah, anything else anyone is doing with these bodies or anything, or are we trudging of east and north?
Can we just burn them?
I think they were already being burned.
Or were they already burnt?
Yeah, there's some definitely a bit of that been going on, but yes, there's certainly been enough. Yeah, you can. Others will be starting to collect bodies anyway for the pyres and bits and bobs, but yeah, it seems like time to start moving ever east and north. I don't know how long Baldur is kept angry and quiet as this is going on, but yeah, we'll be able to keep moving towards the east if you do, or does he confide in the party in the moment?
Or the vision, you mean?
After seeing the vision and stuff, yeah, does he talk to the rest of them, or has he just come back down from his range?
Oh, I assumed everyone saw.
Oh yeah, they did see. Yeah. No, it's more whether or not he speaks to them, or does he keep quiet after the event?
I mean, if anyone has questions, he will answer them, but
He's not forthcoming in the moments.
I mean, I'm not sure what he should be forthcoming about, to be honest. So
Fair enough. No problem. So yeah, you guys are able to start to make your way sort of east and north, trying to make your way towards this tower that apparently the tall folk have suggested would be a point to find out more and possibly what's going on. There are many tracks around. It's fairly obvious that there are lots of different giants keeping pace as that's going on. Blythe, you can give me a survival check as this is all sort of going on as well. That'll kind of help things along a little bit.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, there you go.
Also, funny.
With advantage, because you've got a wolfie.
You do
I
have
do.
a wolfie, yes.
And I can press advantage. Oh, 17 without advantage, though. Pretty good.
Pretty damn good on
That's
that one.
much better, though.
Yeah, I mean, you are very capable of being able to pull out. There must be a group of between 10 to 15 giants that have been moving this way. There are also smaller prints. You have to assume that the wolf kind of type prints are also some of the witches that have been converted into these other beasts that you've seen before that are a bit like wolves.
I like the idea of like Blythe looking at the ground and examining it, and it looks just like mud to everyone.
Yeah,
It's just
it's
complete.
another
And I'm
nice
like,
mud,
see, if you
but
look
yeah,
at these
if it-
tracks here, there's about 10 giants,
Yeah, and you can pick out Hodor's gate in amongst it as well. That'll be with a 25. Yeah, you can.
There's his
definitely-
club foot. We knew he came this way.
it's just it's just a piece of grass like on a wonk, and you're like, see, Hodor.
Fair enough.
Zisa would have her bird flying up and around as well.
Yeah, no problem. So Zisa, your bird would be the first one to be able to pick out in the distance, not so easy as this image would explain, but a large tower-like structure off in the distance, quite a ways out. But yeah, you would certainly be able to see it with through the vision of your owl as this is going on. So yeah, the cold wind bites and snaps at your clothing as you've been pushing forward through the knee-high snow to break a trail as you're sort of heading off to the northeast. The forest has been thick around you with few clearings every so often, but you can now, off in the distance, see this tower up ahead, not too far off, if that makes sense. It seems like every so often there are large swaths of the forest that have been cleared to make way for large fields of grain, etc. So you assume this is how the Risa have fed themselves over the past umpteen years, etc. But all of these seem to have withered in the hard snows of the last couple of years, as many places have since the cold winters have been here for the last couple of years. Yeah, there are small homesteads every so often that come up, large tall folk homes, and there is a scattering and a mix of halfling houses as well in amongst them, all quiet as you go. Once in a while you'll come across a stead, and yeah, there will be basically a family of halflings, basically bodies frozen, some partially eaten, others killed in their sleep. So far, no one living as you've been making your way out past this sort of space for a while and making your way this way. A little bit more time will pass where you will get to a sort of point where the forest is quite thick up ahead and seems to be buried in lots of pine that seems to be buried in lots of snow, and you can make a perception check as you're getting closer to what is going up ahead.
Ready for the -1.
Perception.
23 without it.
+11.
Damn. Okay. So You are.
Hey, Baldo did pretty
56,
goddamn well.
56.
I did very, very good. So you two are the ones that work it out first overall. So as you're sort of coming through the forest, up ahead, there is the sounds of bones sort of crunching and being broken up. And Blythe and Baldo, you are aware there are two very large, strange creatures, not giants, but creatures that seem to be munching on the bones of some sort of large beast that they've managed to bring down not too far up ahead. Right now, you think they haven't spotted you.
How far away are they?
You've got a pretty good range on you. So what do you reckon for something if you were looking out for things and then you were rolling 100 feet, something like
I
that?
don't know, because of the trees and stuff as well.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like you'd probably be a bit.
Maybe we'll go
maybe.
60 feet. 60 feet ahead, if that before you pulled it off, if that makes sense. But you're aware of them before they're aware of you in the moments. Strange creatures. You haven't seen these before. Don't look like giants. Not in the same way.
Captain, the strange creatures are in front of us.
Yes, I see them too. Oh, wait.
What? I'm literally like shocked that Baldo can see or hear that far. But
last time we did this, I cast magic weapon, but I feel like I need to save as many spells as possible, just in case we meet Hodor again. So,
there's a small clearing up ahead, just through the trees. I don't know what they are. I've never seen them before.
I do not think that we're going to be able to sneak past them. So maybe same plan as last time. Just launch an attack from afar and wait for them to come up close. And me, Baldo, and now Raudor as well will help. Or was Raudor there last time? I'm assuming.
No, she was away for a couple of bits. So
Router was adventuring in hell.
Yeah, she was doing her own. She was doing her own
thing. Best life.
So you guys are setting up a ambush of some sort, if that makes sense. So if we move these around a little bit and we sort of bring you guys onto the battlefield, are you guys in theory trying to sneak up and see what you can do? I'm going to say that Bloki has stayed behind at the village and will catch up just to make life a little easier.
I can be as far away as you think is reasonable for me to be able to see and shoot these things.
Yeah, you can. So you can. We said around 70 feet ish, didn't we? So I'm more than happy for.
If that's fine. I'm happy with that.
I'll do the same and stand next to our range to give them the bonus because it adds it to all attacks, which is pretty cool.
If you would like, I can also contribute to the ranged attacks.
Do you want to do that or cast that control-y spell that you and what's Jess's called?
The more damage you can do
Loki.
before they can get to us, I think is the better.
I can.
I think if there was more, maybe.
I'm capable of doing both.
Let's just
remember that we're also going to face Michael.
Yes, maybe save your more powerful spells and just use cantrips. I can't think of a way to say that in game.
Fair enough.
You're less demanding.
I can conserve my energy if that is what you think is wise.
So is it going to be something like Baldur and Raudor are going to try and sneak up a bit closer, and the others are going to be ranged? Does that make sense? As an overall?
Once they start running
yourselves
up
as you think you're going to go for, and then we'll go for it.
I have 120 feet max with firebolt.
Yeah, there's lots of trees.
Yeah, so we've sort of said 60, 70 feet is the distance of the max will work for now. But the rest of you,
I mean, there's trees over the road from me, and it's literally about 20 trees deep, and I can't see through it at all.
Yeah. So I'm going to say where we're at here, where they're about 70 feet from where you are, Z. So that's about the limit right now for the rest of you. But yeah, so I'm assuming Rauder and Baldur, are you going to be trying to sneak closer before? Is this
Yeah,
these
I will
things are
sneak
munching?
it to about a half distance so I can intercept them once the
Great. Okay, so as these
once
guys
the
are
arrow
sort of
starts
getting
flying.
themselves going on that one, you two can make me a stealth check. Let's see if you can sort of get in there enough to be to move things forward beforehand. So on that one, 14's pretty damn good. Stealth checks are good. Okay. So how does this want to play out? Do you want the people on the range to go for a held shot, or do you guys want to just go running in and then start things
think-
that way?
A held shot, and then we all go to attack, so we get at least a surprise.
Okay, no problem then.
Damage.
So it sounds like Rauder and Baldur, you'll be prepped, but obviously the ranged people will take their shots. So you three can do that. Let's roll some initiative first of all, so that we are ready for some combat as well. Let's bring that in here. I will roll for some NPCs. And they've done pretty good. Okay, so let's see how you guys are going to do.
Every time I went to click on my roll, then
Everybody, it moved
So the
down
people-
because
yeah.
people are doing it. Oh, the trolls are pretty good. Frida still needs to roll them from my point of view. Oh, okay. Yeah, 0. Okay, fair enough on that one.
It says 155 next to my name. What's
Oh.
happening?
I
Yeah,
have
that's a good.
advantage. I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm first in turn order because I've got
So, yeah,
115.
re-roll if you can and see if. Okay, so yeah, has it changed?
Is
anything?
it your hit points?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
Yeah,
that's
it
a
is.
nice.
Oh,
That's a nice
I would have done Inspiring Captain way before we, as we were leaving. I forgot that
has
exists.
been true. Yeah. So yeah, if you give work out what the temporary
much
hit points
is-
that people are dealing with. Has your position changed, Rounder, with that last roll, or is 9
Well,
still the higher one?
Not really. It bumps up to a 10, so I'm in the
Okay,
same
so
space.
it's the same spot. So that's fine.
And since Blokey isn't here, I can give 12 hit points to the wolf.
Fair enough. So 12 temporary hit points
Cool.
to each of you on that front, and then the 3 ranged attackers you can
Is it
target.
12 or 1d12?
Just 12.
Okay.
Yeah, so your 3 ranged attackers take your shots and pick your targets, and then we'll.
It's only 2. I'm not.
we
I'm
will
just
get
here to
this
give them a
underway.
boost.
oh my god, what a start!
Wow. Okay, Blythe. Yeah.
And which
well,
one are you shooting, Blythe? That one?
the top one?
Top one, yeah.
Top one? Okay, I'm
Okay.
gonna do the same.
22 damage. Very nice.
Is this a sneak attack, or do you get both attacks, or do you just get the one?
That's a good point. Go for the both.
Just to get
just-
a crit as well.
Yeah, Zisa critted.
Oh, did
Damn.
I? Oh, I did.
Yeah.
What
Holy
is
crow,
going on?
gang.
Are you going for the top one as well, ZC?
I'm shooting this one in the exact same spot that Blythe did.
Yeah,
but
so
it went a little quicker, so I actually caught his arrow on fire.
Well, that's what I was
Oh,
thinking. Yeah. Did you get
Right,
my arrow on fire?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks badass.
Wow. Okay. Yep. So that's all good. That's all good. And yeah, I think is there anyone else's shots?
No,
or
I don't have any ranged. I'm
right.
just here to give them the boost.
The boost in the moment. Okay. So yeah, these shots get fired. These guys.
So guys, how's it going? Just like standing there.
I mean, my aura is called the Aura of Executioner, so I don't think I exude the hey, how's it going?
Fair enough. Right, let me just change this music to some combat, and then we will get things going on that front. So yeah, as this lumbering creature takes these shots, and you realize in the moments as it when it just takes a chunk out of its shoulder, it's this beast, whatever this thing is pretty hardy as it sort of like and starts to turn and is sort of starts to run in this direction. Let's see how far this beastie can get. It has 40 feet. It comes barreling through and then runs straight into face of Baldor and Rauder as it's trying to make its way to the group, and then it would end up taking a shot at Baldor here, I think, as he's the initial target. Right, let's see what these beasties can do on that one. Claw attack. First claw attack incoming.
14 misses.
14 will miss on that one. Okay, and then it can do 3 claw attacks or replace one with a bite. Okay, so claw.
That hits.
23 for 13, so that will hit. And then 1 bite attack as it sort of tries to munch in. Oh. What is it about critting tonight?
Ways.
Holy schmoly.
I
carry that damage.
silvery barbs through Blokey.
Who stayed behind?
Who's not here? Yeah, alas, on that one. Okay, wowzers. Okay, so yeah, this thing really hurt when it turned on you in the moment. So that is done. Next one will come barreling this way. 40 feet doesn't get it to you. It will have to double move to get up to the group. But he will be ready for the next round. Zisa, you're next up.
Zisa was told to stick to cantrips, so she will. Did the fire look like it had any sort of like special effect on the one that we hit, or?
No, it seems to be okay with the fire. Yeah, not
Fair.
dealing with anything different.
Not for metagamey reasons or anything, but if Zisa saw that it was effective, then she would have stuck with it. But otherwise, she'll just look at the one that she looked at before, and she will flick her jewel, and a little rune will show up on her fingernail when she does it. And as she does, you hear a little dolorous bell as she casts Hold the Dead on that one.
Okay, on that one. So yeah, it's going to have to make a wisdom saving throw. Let's see how it's going to do in the moment. A fail with a 10, so it will be taking 10 necrotic damage. It does not like that.
And then bonus action, I'm not going to try to push these things.
Yeah, fair enough.
She will kind of come back just to be out of the way a little bit more, put a little more distance between her and them. So she kind of, Lord Sesshomaru dodges back with her robes kind of fluttering at her side.
As she
gets there.
Takes the shot and then goes. No.
Yeah, is my bird anywhere around here or no?
It certainly would be around. Yeah. You've been in flying circles. We've been saying so. Yeah, it's definitely in the area.
Okay. Can I send my bird to give the help action on the next attack for this big boy?
No problem. The owl will flutter into its vision range.
Yeah, and then I don't know how much movement it would have if it could do flyby or
yeah, pretty much. I think so. It's not.
Okay, yeah. So if I can get the bird, is this? Oh, there's my owl.
Yeah,
it's a little.
It looks a little on here. Yes.
Yeah. I think I can move it myself. Yeah, I can. So it's just gonna go like basically like kind of and then scrape its nosy, and then the next person who attacks that thing I think is gonna have advantage.
No problem. Sounds good. Blythe, round to your turn.
Hey. How far are we? 40 feet. Well, I'm both a. No, I'll stay here. It's fine. It's okay.
No problem.
I'm thinking because I'm a bit of a melee archer.
Yeah, you're a bit of a mix.
Because of Aaron. I'm just sitting on it, and she's like, "This is so boring."
She wants to attack, but yeah, you're being held.
I will just attack. 16.
16. Sorry, 1 second on that one. 16. I think that will hit. Let me just double check it's all good. Yes, 16 is exactly their AC. So you hit the number on the thing. So yeah, you take another hit of this thing.
Okay. Oh yeah, that has got the deep. Oh right, is it? Because I was just wondering how I got rolled so much for that when I got a 5, but I guess it's because it's already taken in Joseph's thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that one will hit too.
Absolutely. Yeah, with that, you think this troll is finally bloodied in the moment, so after that amount of damage, it is definitely...
I rolled a 5 each time, but one time I got 16 and one time I got 17. How?
You rolled a 3 and a 4 on my dice.
Ah.
Oh, right, okay, I get it now.
Slightly different.
I just thought it was a
extras.
straight, like, addition, like an aura, but yeah, okay.
There's dice involved. But yeah, Blythe, you take
It's just
shots.
a blast.
You staying move? Staying where you
Yeah,
are?
I'll stay put for now, yeah.
No problem. Browder, these things are bearing down on you. The two of them, one has taken some chunks out of Baldor in the moment, but what are you doing?
I will, for a second, rage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is this going to do the thing? Use ability. No. Okay.
You can't drag it onto your sheet. You should in theory, or onto your token. You should do it.
Is that going to...
If not, I can do it for you.
Yes, please.
Okay, no problem. One sec. Incoming rage. Here we go. Right. There we go. All done.
Okay. And then I will attack twice with my brand new great axe.
The one that's already injured, or yes. Okay.
Yes.
23
I
for
will-
18. That is all.
I'll do this recklessly, sorry.
That's okay.
So 25.
All good. Takes another nasty section out of it.
And then I'll swing again.
Yes,
For
again, so it's
18.
this giant great axe coming down with the new energy of it crackling slightly as it hits, and yeah, we'll take all of that. Yeah, this thing's looking more worse for wear at the time. Anything else on Rowder's turn?
No, I'm all good, thank you.
Okay, Baldor, round to yourself.
Yeah, I will also rage. I don't know how to drag it onto
Sorry,
my
I'll do
token.
it for you. There you go.
Thank you. And I will start swinging. First attack.
Mhm. Yes, I think
6 for 9 plus 1d4 lightning.
one on top.
Second attack.
Mm-hmm. Well, 12, not so much.
I will re-roll that because I am still in balance.
Of course you do.
19.
Yeah, just slightly better. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. For whatever cancels out lightning, I'm not entirely sure at the moment. Let
That's
me
okay.
double check. What's it? Pot of Fate. Nope, it's Hands of Change. So Thunder increases it, so I will reduce it by doing Radiant.
Okay, radiant damage on that one.
1d4. Extra 4.
Extra 4 damage on top. Okay, yeah, this guy's looking very, very worse for wear.
Who's coming after me? Rita. I will action search.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a level of fighter.
Yeah, go for
Second
it.
level of fighter.
Your weird and wonderful mix that Baldor is.
Sure is.
15 will
15?
miss, unfortunately.
Do I spend my second thing? +7. No, I'm not going too deep into that hole. So second, well, fourth attack, I guess, this round. Is it coming true?
Not at the moment. Ah, here we go. 13.
I guess I could have done these recklessly, or is reckless a second level barbarian feature?
Drew, where's that? Where does reckless kick in on a barbarian?
2, level 2.
Yeah, no.
Got a little ways to
Then I guess this will be it because I don't want to spend. Yeah, because I don't want to spend the other inbound charges. So I will keep like this then.
No
It's my
problem.
turn.
No problem. Frida, bottom of the round.
Mm-hmm. I will move in. I will attack. I'll have my shield out with a new mace. Well, old mace, but new mace.
Old but new. Yep, fair enough. On that one. Okay. So you're attacking this bottom one. 17 will hit.
Yep. And then I will do another attack. 27.
27 will definitely hit. It's starting to take chunks out of this giant creature with it as it's just sort of anger as it's looking on.
Yeah, and I'll just I'll end my turn. I don't want to use any spells.
No problem. Troll's turn. Okay, the one that's looking a bit weathered and haggard is sort of it goes into a bit of a rage as this is going on. And Baldor, you're still the sort of fixation of this thing as it sort of wheels around and sort of pulls its great club and goes for a sort of an attack. Let's see how it's going to do with that. Oh,
God.
damn it!
Nice.
Second crit already.
Silvery, silvery barbs. Who has silvery?
I mean it's half, so that's nice. But
That
I'm
is nice,
already
yeah.
I'm already down to like 8 HP.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So it's done its one thing there. It's going to try and claw you up. See how it's going to do. 21, for 19.
Yeah, that takes me down.
Okay, and then its third attack, it will try and claw at Rauder. See how it's going to do in the moment.
It shall have advantage.
It shall have advantage. You've got 29, but let's see if can do any better than that. No. Okay.
It almost landed on the 20 for me.
So
I noticing that some things are not going right in this fight. I'll try and oh no, only 5 damage. That's fine. I take off 5 damage from Rhoda.
you mitigate 5 to her. Okay, and as Baldor is down in the moments. Okay, troll is all done. The second troll, Frida and Rauder. This thing is looking at you two as this is all going on. So I'm going to roll a d4. 1 and a 2 will be Rauder, and 3 and a 4 will be Frida. So let's see how it does on its first roll here.
You died that fast through your temporary hit points as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he crits me twice,
crit
and
twice, yeah, that's gonna do it.
He hits quite hard, honestly. And I could only bring up my rage after the round when he already hit me twice. So
That's true.
once, sorry.
Rauder, first one incoming, great club. 24 to hit. This is still at advantage as well.
Will be at an advantage.
Okay, let's see if that changes anything. No, thankfully not. So that'll be for 21 with the first one. Then we're going to do 1d4 again, and we'll see that this time it is a 4. So Frida, the claw is coming your way. Incoming, a 28 to hit for 22. And then the last one incoming will be back at Rauder, and that will be, it'll go for the bite. And that's going to be a 25, but could be A 25 for 18 on that last one. That is all done. Zisa, round to you. These things are beastly, but they are wearing down in the moments as well.
I have still not been told otherwise to use anything other than cantrips. I see that Balder is down, but these trolls are not attacking him.
No, they think they got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, Zisa's just gonna keep attacking this one. So another Toll the Dead.
Oh, love the animation. That
I'm not seeing the animation,
Oh.
but okay.
Yeah, animation's really cool.
Oh, bless.
I'm not getting any of that, so
must
I'm
be
glad
the-
you guys like it.
It was a good one. We'll be on the video. You can have a look later. Right. So
Okay.
let's see the troll. He will have to make a wisdom saving throw. Let's see how he's going to do on that one. Incoming, and he's going to roll a big old 4. So he is going to.
Oh, James, it's doing it again where it's not giving me 2d12. It's only giving me 2d8. It did that last time too.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you'll have to do. You'll have to roll it manually.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Sorry, gang. We'll let the first one sit. I thought it was looking kind of low. A little better.
A little better, absolutely on that
Yeah.
front. So that will be.
Did you target it?
Yeah.
Yeah, strange. But yeah, anyway.
Maybe it's because I don't have access to its HP
Yeah,
or
maybe,
something. I
maybe.
don't know.
Must be something going on.
Anyway, and we'll say that the bird is not going to do a flyby, but it's going to come down and land on Balder's shoulder, and that's where it's going to be for now.
Okay. Next on the turn order, Blythe, round to you. One of these things looking like it's on death's door, the other one looking pretty fresh, but yeah, up to you. Choice is
I'm
choice.
going to run in with both of us. Oh, actually, I don't know if I can because apparently I've lost connection with the server and
Well, you've
I've lost
managed
all
to
the
you've
fixes.
managed to run in. But you did that part well, at least, but
Okay.
found you definitely playing games tonight.
So I'll get Iron to bite the thingy-majig.
Mm-hmm.
Iron. Oh, 21. Nice one.
Ooh, nice. Okay, big damage as well.
This makes a
As he
change,
sort of
doesn't it?
as that goes in for the bite, takes the ankle, it's yells and screams a bit. It's sort of like yeah, it's on at the moment you can see the possibility of its death in front of you. What's Blythe doing?
Well, that is a bummer because I'm doing this.
You kneel down and you go for the heel
Get up.
as this thing. You do giving him Baldur 4 hit points in the moment.
I feel like every time that we heal Baldur, it's not a healing, gentle touch. It's just
a
slapping him
slap,
away.
No, I just literally drag him off his feet and like, come on, get up to his feet. Get up.
Except he mechanically has to get up himself and use
Yeah.
his movement. But yeah.
It's all happening at the same time, remember, Conrad?
It all happens
Yeah.
in the same moment. Fair. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's everything they can do.
Okay. Router, round to you. 1 on
Yeah.
death's door, 1 looking pretty good.
What's that?
Not so much.
This one. Advantage, reckless. Absolutely terrible. Oh, still 20.
Still 20 on that one, and you will gain the final blow. Killing that one in the moment.
I slice its head off with the new axe, and it just lands on Baldur.
Oh,
That is the thing that wakes him up, as well as the cure.
as well as the
No,
healing.
that's the thing that killed him again. He took 4 damage. He's back down.
Have you seen the spikes on these things? Like that just impaled.
It just made us.
The spikes are either side of Baldur as this is all going on. as you go in for the next attack on the second one, turning that into a 28. Yes, will definitely hit, and you take a chunk out of its side as you swing round.
I will throw in my provoked point and do an extra d12 damage. Wow. That was worth it.
Well, it happens. It happens. Staying put, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. Baldur, picking yourself up off the ground, a head severed to the one side of you. Yeah, you can pull yourself up, leaning heavily against it.
Yeah. Let me get rid of the unconscious and prone thing. Okay. Then I will start attacking the other guy, I guess.
Mhm.
I will kick the head, which apparently is impaled on two sides of me, away. I will do like a little kip up and just start wailing on the other
The
guy.
bird angrily flies up with its wings. The screeching owl is pissed at you.
And I was always pissed.
As I've said before, I'm used to women being pissed at me in this session. Okay.
I like the disclaimer he added on there. So on YouTube, it's like, I'm used to women being pissed at me. I mean, in this session, anyway.
Not in real life.
Not in real life.
Not in real life.
Fair enough. Right,
24
Baldur, yeah.
for 8.
24 for 8. That will definitely hit.
Plus 1d4 lightning.
3 lightning damage on top, no problem.
And coming through, 25.
25 for 10, absolutely. So you
Then-
take another chunk out of this thing.
Yeah, plus this, and I will make this also a stunning strike.
Oh, okay. What's the save you need from me? Constitution.
Constitution.
There you go. Incoming. It's going to roll. Oh, it's going to roll high.
Yeah.
Yep. He is all good for that one.
Oh well. Still 11 damage on that second one. Then I still have my bonus action. I'm not gonna rage again. Wait, does this recover on a short rest? It does. Second wind.
Ah, okay.
Only 6, but whatever.
Still a bit, no problem.
Yeah.
All done on your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Bottom of the round. Frida, you're up as this thing is...
Gonna get a quick drink.
No problem.
I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
we'll break after the attack anyway, but yeah, by all means.
Scoot round here to try and save Baldur if he gets attacked again.
Mm-hmm.
And I will attack.
23.
23.
That will definitely hit.
Yeah, okay. And I'll attack again.
19 for
Attacks made with
9.
sorry. Each. Additionally, I will choose to slam the ground with the mace and do the.
Well, you're going to do the thunder wave, huh?
I don't have a way of doing that.
That's okay. We can add that to your sheet pretty quick on that one. 1 second. Right, where are you? In your sheet.
Well, it needs to do a Constitution save, and it's 48 if he fails.
Okay,
And then
con save incoming. 1 second. Let's do a Constitution incoming. Save, and he gets real good.
But it's half of this. Oh, well, nice. 11.
Okay, for
Oh.
11 damage. Still not shabby. Still not shabby at all. As the mace slams down.
Yeah. And then I'll. Yeah. I keep going to say pass the turn. I've been playing way too much Magic.
No worries. Okay. Coming round to its turn then. you two have definitely got its attention right now. But Frida, I think it's going to be focusing on you for after those moments. The Great Club incoming. Almost a crit, but not quite as the club comes through. And it's you for 18 on the first one. And then there will be a claw attack. And for 29 for 20. And then the last one is it will attempt to bite you. Oh, bloody hell, all 18s and 19s.
I can't change my life total. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I can press the R button next to it. Go.
Yeah, you should be able to do it from the chat as well. The side chat should be able to allow you to.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
It's going to hurt. This thing's whirring around.
Half HP.
Okay. It is done. Zisa, back round to yourself.
Yeah. I'm just gonna firebolt this one since Told the Dead hasn't been feeling good to me.
Okay, no problem.
But 2.
20 for 9, still damn good.
And then the bird flies in and flies out, and then the next person to attack it will have advantage.
Okay. Speaking of the next person then, Blythe, round to yourself.
Blythe, you have advantage.
We lost him.
I
Okay.
didn't mute myself because Leah just came in.
No worries.
I'm going to move over to Noah. And I will take the advantage. And what I'll do is use Irwin's thingamajig, so if I hit, she gets an attack.
Mm-hmm.
You know the thingamajig.
I know the thingamajig. Yes, we know it well.
I get an advantage.
Oh,
Oh, I rolled. That's weird.
but it worked.
16.
And 16 was
Yeah.
enough. Hey,
16 is what you needed. Yeah, advantage, baby.
Advantage paying dividends there. So yeah, he definitely takes the hit.
So, Iron gets a bite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I can.
He also gets advantage. Not that she needs it.
He didn't need it. Why does she get advantage?
Pack tactics. Wolves. Cool.
Yeah, only works with
You,
me.
which you are 5 feet.
No, hang on.
You're on top of it.
I don't think she. I don't know how it works. Hang on, I don't know how it works.
That's all right. It's still a good hit.
And then I get 23 to hit for 17 damage.
Whoa, okay, yeah, this thing has gone from looking good to looking pretty unfair on that one in a very short time. Anything else, or are you all done?
I think that is everything I can do.
Okay, cool. Router, round to you. This thing is starting to look like it's weakening again.
Advantage. 27 for 11.
Absolutely, first attack takes all of that.
And again. Ooh, advantage. 23 for 20.
20, okay. Oh my god, it's on its... You see it sort of like take the hit and it's sort of stumbling there. It's... yeah, it's got 1-2 hit points left to its name.
We're gonna have to listen to Balder brag about how he
maybe.
punched a green troll and killed it all by himself.
Unless there's anything else you can do, Router, in the moment, are you done?
Do I have anything I can do as a bonus action? I'm just checking.
Yeah, that's...
I could have hellish rebuked. I forgot I had it.
Oh. Oh. This thing's staggering on it, barely standing, but staggering on its feet in the moment.
Let me at it. Let me at it.
Doing it off.
If he can't find anything on his sheet, you might be at it.
No, I have nothing.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys.
All right, moving on. Baldur. This thing sort of staggers in front of you. These things
14 misses, I assume.
14 misses as you it sort of like sways there and you miss the first one. And then the second hit you clock it. How do you finish this beastie off?
I intercept this damage.
Do you know the God of War finishers when you press
Yeah.
circle on a big beast? So I'll sort of climb on it, grab onto one of its fangs or whatever, and just use that to sort of turn its head around, basically.
Oh, and it cracks, and then and then it drops, and you sort of you do the Legolas slide off the body thing with a monk style things going on in the moments as the combat ends, and whatever these beasties were in the moment, they are dispatched. Right, at that point, everyone, we can quickly grab a drink for those that want one, and then we'll crack back for another little bit. So grab a drink, and then we'll be back. All right, shall we get back for a little bit? We won't go too long, but if we just get to the next point for the main storyline for next time, if we continue on. So after these trolls have been taken out, and you guys have been able to. I'm assuming take a short rest and sort of recoup a little bit in the moments. I imagine you guys will be pressing on a little further. The tower is not too far in the distance. Is there anything that you'd be doing directly after the battle before I move you guys on?
Zisa would begin to cast ritual cast detect magic just to see if these things had anything on them.
Okay, fair enough.
I'd also like to perhaps take some of the spiky bits. Perhaps.
Oh, okay, yeah. I get where you're going on that one. Put a note in the in your private bit of the Discord that will remind me, and I will get you some points for some tusks and some bits and bobs from these beasties. That's
Are they called trolls? Are they?
They are called Grim Trolls, yes, is the actual name, but on that front. They have these giant great clubs. They're not so useful to most of you in that respect on that front. When you do finish your detect magic, you do spot something interesting, Zisa, that you weren't expecting in the moments. As with other creatures that you have seen before, iron thorns in some of the joints of these creatures, as you've seen in other things, suggesting that these were possibly under witch influence at least. Other than that, no. In the moments, they aren't carrying anything else. But you realize, the witches are involved with these things at least.
The creatures had some dealings with the matron of the Ironwood. Their joints, particularly, have been infested with the wood.
Yeah, you know that's allowed them to control others, depending on how much of it is involved. Is how dependent the control is in general.
Speaking of, when we get closer to the witch and the witch king, are we not scared that they might be able to control us through the Ironwood?
We have yet to ascertain what control, if any, they have over us. It's possible that the Thorns are just that now. Fledglings, unable to do much. But it is absolutely something that we will have to address soon.
Yeah, you guys have been able to, when you're close by, hear each other's thoughts. That still runs true. You've not noticed anything else that has gone along with that yet, but probably right to be worried about it.
Can Zisa try something at that suggestion? Zisa will look to the others and say, I will need someone to help me ascertain something. Possibly a way to neutralize the thorns that we have in us. I do not know what the effect will be.
What do you need? We all have different skills.
I just need one of you.
Baldo,
Or
I will volunteer. If that is okay. with
So
you.
Lisa will walk directly up to you, uncomfortably close, and just say, "Turn
Not
around."
Uncomfortable for Baldur. Yeah, he will turn around.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Baldur will turn around and do I have this prepared? I don't know if I do. Question mark? I do not. So Zisa is going to use the feature that allows the tattoos to swim across your body and then kind of solidify back in place, so that
We can swap one.
yeah, so the primal ink is going to swirl and then set. So she is going to unprepare summon dead, and she is going to prepare dispel magic. And while she still has detect magic up, she is going to put her hand on Boulder's neck, where she knows the thorn is, and a rune is going to appear on the back of her hand, and then it's going to kind of burn away. And as it does, Baldur, you'll feel like a heat in a certain pattern on her palm where it's like reappearing. And she's going to cast Dispel Magic on this just to see if it does anything.
Okay. You can see some of what happens. It seems to dull as your spell does take effect in the moment. Yeah, it goes quiet. It goes dark.
And Zisa will just continue to observe, specifically Baldur, to see if it reasserts itself, if the magic returns, or if maybe she found a way to nullify it.
Yeah, in the moments, the chatter, Baldur, that you've heard of other people's thoughts when they want to talk within range of you goes quiet as Zisa does this in the moments.
Think it worked.
We shall see if the effects last. I know that were any of us to be afflicted with a cursed item, that we would be unable to part with, that such a spell would help stop that effect, but it would not remove the curse. I do not know if this will actually dispel the effects of the ironwood in us, but for now, at least we know that it can mute it for at least a moment.
Okay, so yeah, as things quieten down, you guys will start to press on a little ways further on as you continue to walk. I think it's about half an hour-ish of time before, Baldur, you start to hear the chatter of the people around you again, as their thoughts start to reintrude in your head in the moments. It certainly was dulled for a period there as this was going on, but it's
I'll
doesn't appear to
let
be
the
permanent.
rest know. I'll let the rest know.
It's about this time that you guys seem to come up against the last of these homesteads that are near this tower that has been getting ever closer on the horizon. There is a small lodge that seems to be surrounded by a little grove of pine trees. Abandoned fields seem to be surrounding it, and obviously this tower looming large now as you're getting much closer. No signs of anyone living at this point as you're getting closer, but it definitely looks like another halfling home that has been definitely ransacked as you sort of pushing past this space and moving and beginning to move on. it's not much past that you actually will be able to make it to this tower. Rather impressive looking tower, built by strong hands and built with the wisdom of the tall folk. It rises almost 600 feet. Yet the winter has claimed it. A sheen of blue-white ice completely covers the structure from tip to base. There appear to be bodies within the ice itself, like this whole place has been frozen over, and people are entrapped within it, if that makes sense, as this is going on. As you're sort of looking on with this, Blythe, can you give me a wisdom survival check, please, as well?
Mm-hmm. Advantage, right? Well, it depends what you're doing. What am I doing?
You're checking this place out, and you're trying to figure out what's been going on here. So it's sort of you're looking this over. So I guess you
would be
using
that.
Byron would be
Yeah. I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with that too, James. But still a 14.
14 is still better. So yeah, you can make out there are at least 8 corpses in amongst the ice. You can make out that they are tall folk. They would certainly be similar of the people that you've met before. There are large, giant-sized footprints that seem to be heading off towards the east. Probably hill giant prints. And a mixture of other giant prints now, all sort of slightly at different times and ages. So yeah, there's a lot more going on around here than just one set of forces, if that makes sense. But generally, the hill giants, you would imagine that they have headed east after this.
It's a very busy area, but the hill giants, they seem to have headed east. That's what we want to do.
We believe they're the ones who have Hrolf. That should be the way we go.
Fair enough.
We need to light this tower first. before we
Yeah.
leave.
Now
There's
that's
also tall
tricky.
folk here that needs attending to as well.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah.
just leave them
Unfortunately,
out
everything
dead.
right now is frozen in a massive block of ice. You could
yeah,
thaw. You
forgot
could.
that.
You could thaw. You could thaw this out. It's certainly doable. It would be. It's just how much time you want to spend is the question on that one. Yeah, it would take a considerable amount of time if you were going to spend it to do it. But if that's what the party want to do, that's absolutely plausible. Would you be willing to do that to make sure that you can get the towers lit? You'd probably be here for about a day if you were going to go for it in time.
I mean, it will sort of inspire the people of the town that we came from, right?
Yes, but it would put you a day back. Yeah, so yes, both are true. What would you think you would do?
I think it's worth it personally.
Yeah, me too.
It's a very long time, and Hrolf, according to the message anyway, is on death's door.
Well,
I think it's more
Being
a case of getting us to go there. I don't think he's in any more or less danger as long as we're going to where they want us to.
If they speak true, then Hrolf should still yet live. If they are lying, which there is no reason for us to know that they are not, Hrolf may already be dead. And I would assume that he would not have died a warrior's death. Were he to show up in Hell's domain, Blythe, you can tell us, as you have a direct line to her.
you do. Once a day, you can talk to Sadi. That is definitely true.
Do you want me to check now, or should I check tomorrow? I could do both, couldn't I? It's once a
I am
day.
under the
It's once a
impression
week.
that you can speak to her daily, if
Yeah.
I remember correctly.
Yeah, once a day she can answer a message. That's definitely true. So yeah, if you guys are set on this,
All
then
right. We'll call her up now. Is her off there? Hi, Sadie. It's your best pal. Blythe. I don't know how this works, but is her off there? How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
We just killed some ogre things. Okay, bye.
Hrolf is not with me. He yet lives. However, others have been arriving here. More tall folk have arrived since you left. I am assuming they are from where you are.
Is this like a phone call, or is it like
It's kind of a it's
message one way, message
yeah,
another?
it's kind of you can get a relatively long message both ways is probably the way I put it.
Okay.
It's not a one-to-one
So it's a-
conversation. Yeah,
So it's like a long sending.
yeah, it's like a long sending is the way I'll play it.
Okay, cool. Okay.
So yeah, she
ask
definitely
about
says
the
that.
ask about
Can't.
the research.
One and done.
Oh, I thought it was a sending stone. I thought you could just talk
No.
for a little bit.
Sending stone is still a one-way thing. Oh, like one and done thing.
Tell her I said hello.
I know I can't send anymore, but I just say, Jesus says hello.
I believe that you are humoring me and did not actually send that message.
I am humoring you. Yes.
That is not
sorry
fine.
for deceiving
Also,
you.
I feel it should be said that Baldur, we are not your underlings. You are not in charge of anything.
I mean, it seemed to get us in the door there, didn't it?
I don't think so.
Cannot
Yeah.
argue with result.
I think it had nothing to do with it.
Well,
We shall
I
never
got
know.
result. Damn it.
Okay, so yeah, you guys will spend the day here at the tower, slowly but surely, with whatever spells and bits you can for making fire. You can melt enough of this place to free up any of the bodies of the tall folk that you wish to. You can also free up the top section of the tower where you are able to set a fire that night as a relight of this tower if need be.
Can I, just to make it easier, just turn this into like basically a subtropical paradise with my weather changing powers?
You can indeed. Yeah, you can definitely warm up.
Causing
warm up the
climate
area.
change.
Yeah, right?
Definitely warm up the area, but yeah,
I am
the
climate
ice still
change
takes
monk.
the ice takes a long time, but yeah,
Take that, Avatar.
exactly. But you guys, yeah, you take the time, and that night, you are able to relight the fires of this tower, and I'm assuming rest until the morning of the next day is probably
Yeah.
the honest truth of it. You're able to get your long rest in. That's not without a problem. And it is that morning that a lone figure starts to be walking towards you all, towards the tower. So whoever was on watch that morning, they would actually see a figure sort of making their way towards this space. A blue-skinned, relatively tall man with a red shield, sort of is sort of on his own, but making his way towards the tower as you guys are coming round and waking up in the morning.
How far off is he?
He is 100 feet by now.
Okay, so that's not very far away.
No,
We
not-
notice him when
not
he's like
now.
right on top of us.
No,
okay,
no,
sorry.
nothing like that. Because you guys have been on. Someone's been on watch. I'm playing it that way.
Awesome.
Yeah, as he's approaching, I'll just do this and just see what I'm getting off him. Get a little bit of a
Yeah,
evil or good
No,
sense.
you're not getting much of him. Off him is the honest truth. He seems Yeah, he seems relatively neutral to your senses, shall we say, as he starts bringing himself, and he sort of he says, "Greetings to those who relight the fires here. Who goes there?"
Then I think he's talking to you. You are the captain after all.
Sorry.
Unless you want me to take the...
No, I missed it because I'm having connection issues.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
so am I. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
It's-
we'll be calling it fairly shortly anyway. So this is just to get us to the start point of the next bit. So yeah. So Frida, he sort of he yells across you to those who have relit the fires. Who goes there?
We are the chosen of the Volve. We have come to, well, save our friend from the Ironwood, but more to seek audience with the blue giants.
He scoffs at that a little bit on that front. You are of the Raiders. You
Yes.
You come with the clan Risa for them, or for your own dealings?
Yes,
A bit.
they are
bit
not
of all the
mutually
above.
exclusive.
Our own, and we kind of have a deal with the Risa too.
We have drank of the water of the lake.
He pays attention to that, Caesar, as you say, and he nods on that front. And of the small-robed people,
No.
enemy or friend?
Enemy. They're who took our captain. Technically, I don't really know what Hrolf is to us. at the
Yeah, he
moment.
was at one point the captain, but yeah, he's technically he's just the friend of
Oh,
the chosen at
comrade?
this point.
Yeah.
He will continue walking forward. His weapon is drawn, but he will lower it, and he says, "Then we may have a common enemy. We do not have the best of dealings with you short folk, but these are strange times. I think you should come with me. I have much to discuss. And
That
maybe
is-
we can come to some agreements."
sounds perfect to us.
Insight check.
You can certainly make an insight check.
I'm not good at this, but whatever. Big old 9. Big old strong 9.
Yeah. I'll give him a base roll for a moment to see how he's going to do. But
I want that shield.
it's a nice shield. Oh,
Oh, geez.
It looks bloody, right? It's
does,
Or is it
does
red?
Look, yeah, it's actually supposed to just be red, but it's got wisps of something coming off of it. He's just hard to read. You've not been around, semi-giants much on this one, but he sort of waves you all over, and he sort of asks you to follow, and we'll figure out for what we're dealing with for next time. But basically, you guys are taken onwards, and he will be discussing with you a little bit of the politics that is going on within his own tribe of frost giants. But you will be making your way slowly towards what turns out to be a giant ice fortress built into the waters of the lake up ahead, and You can see small figures, which obviously clearly are giants, off in the distance, up on sides of this fort. And I think the way this will sort of play out as you're sort of getting closer to this giant fortress and whatever's going to be coming from all of this, I think the camera sort of pans over this giant fortress, and then we see on the other side of the fortress there is a giant gash in the ground, a giant sort of crevice or crevasse with rope bridges that seem to be crossing across all of it. There are blue giants that are held up in encampments on either side, and on the far side of that is another encampment where there seems to be grey hill giants in amongst a group on the other side of the crevasse. There we see, for the camera at least, Hrolf is pinned on a giant wooden X, not a cross but more of an X, hanging on the side of this encampment. And in the center of that space we see the Witch King Hodor and his group are encamped on the far side of this space as well.
I shoot him.
When the time comes, but we'll be dealing with this fortress first and moving it on from there. But yes, we'll call it there for tonight. As I will say that dealing with the fortress will be the next big thing as we deal with the politics of this ice fortress and move it forward from there.